Hey, good morning to everybody. It's Daryl here, aka Artist in Recovery. And I hadn't planned on making this video. A little while ago this morning, I remembered what day it is. I was out on my bike about 2 hours ago, my usual 10-15 mile bike ride. And it's a nice day here. It's a nice August day here in Connecticut. It's kind of cloudy. The smoke is drifting down from Canada, so it's cool. It's about 76, and there's a breeze, and the air just has that beautiful August, humid summer smell. So I'm out of my bike, and I'm just riding, and it's cool. It's comfortable, and the wind is blowing in my face, and I could smell that, like I said, that summer air. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, what a beautiful day to be alive. I try to do that from time to time. I know it sounds corny, but I actually go, thank you, God, for this beautiful day, for letting me be here on this beautiful day. I actually say that to myself sometimes. And I started thinking about making a video. I'm like, geez, it's such, thank God. I started thinking back to like when I was 6 years old or 5 years old. I remember before I even started kindergarten, I thought about, when I would spend the afternoon, the summer afternoon with my mother before I started kindergarten, with her cleaning the house and me watching cartoons back in 1971 or whatever. It actually came to mind this morning. Okay, so then I thought about it, and I thought, geez, what about, there's people out there that won't enjoy many more summer days. It's like every day is a gift, not a given. I always say that. How many more summer days like this do we have? Some of us might have 2,000 more summer days just like this. Some of us might have two. Some of us it might be the last summer day. This might be it. There's only a finite amount of days that you're going to have on this earth. There's only a finite amount of beautiful summer days like today. Then I'm going down a big hill on my bike, and a car comes by close to me, and I jumped and the bike shook. I was doing about 45 miles an hour. And I was like, oh my God, what if it's me? What if today's my last day? Wouldn't that be ironic? And all of a sudden I realized what today is. Today's the anniversary. It came to me right then. Audrey. Oh my God, today's August 5th. Today's the day Audrey died. Audrey was my girlfriend. She was going to be my fiance. She was the first girl. We were the little boyfriend and girlfriend in third grade. Me and Audrey, like the first little boy and the first little girl that had a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. That was me and Audrey. Third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. All the teachers were like, oh, look at the little couple, right? So we drifted apart. High school, we didn't even talk to each other. We went our separate ways. And when I was 50 years old, we ran into each other. She was in recovery from alcoholism. I was in recovery from drug addiction. We're living in the same town. We had the same interests, and we fell back in love. It's like a fairy tale. And we moved in together. And we had our ups and downs. She wanted to get married, and I kind of balked at that. And she took a job in Florida. And I was going to move down with her, and I still was, trying to contemplate marriage. And this was in the summer of 2021. And she drove down to Jacksonville. And I remember I saw her that day, June 2021, and I asked her, did you get your shot for COVID? And she's like, no, because she was a hardcore Trumper, anti-vaxxer. And I was a liberal, and that was part of the reason we weren't getting married. We were very different when it came to that. I was a total liberal. She was a total Trump supporter, right? And she would not get the COVID shot. She wouldn't wear a mask. She wouldn't social distance. Her whole family were Trump supporters. Nope, not going to get it. She believed all the conspiracy theories that the shot will do this to you or do that to you. That was the last time I ever saw her. I remember waving to her, smiling. I'll see you soon, because she was driving down to Florida. She texted me on the way down to Florida. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm stopping overnight in North Carolina. She's driving to her Cadillac SUV. As soon as she got there, she didn't know the Delta variant of COVID had exploded in the Jacksonville area. Ron DeSantis didn't even want you to know all this stuff, but there was thousands of deaths in that area. She got she got COVID as soon as she got there. The following week, she was in the hospital. I never talked to her again. She was intubated that week. She died on August 5th from COVID. And Trump supporters and the whole anti-vax thing killed her. That's what killed her. So today, I was going to make a video about this. I'll put the link to this. I want to put this on the thumbnail. I was reading Facebook. I was going paging through Facebook, and I came across, there's a few right-wing Trump supporting pages that pop up from time to time. One's called John Q Logic, and it said something about how many people are getting the booster of COVID. I've gotten like 3 boosters so far. I'd get one today if I could. If it was convenient, I'd go get one right now. I'm healthy as a horse. You know, I'm 60 years old. I walk 7 miles a day. I bike 10 to 15 miles a day. I lift weights for an hour every day. Push-ups, pull-ups. I'm probably about the healthiest 60-year-old you'll ever run into. So now I've gotten all the boosters. No heart problems, you know, nothing. I burn about 5,000 calories a day. That's how much I work out. Audrey didn't get it. She's dead. Okay, so on this page, John Q Logic, I was reading the comments. You know, it said mostly Democrats are getting, 70% of the people that are getting the booster are Democrats. And then I started reading the comments. You know, they're stupid. You know, being on the right gives you common sense. No, you know, I never got it. I never will. And I don't know if you guys can understand how angry, how disgusted and angry I get reading that. Because that exact stuff that's written there is what killed her. That fucking rhetoric. You know, and I'm reading this. I'm reading these damn comments. And the exact words that she said. And I still have all my texts on my phone. I would text her every day. And she couldn't answer. She was in a coma. She was intubated. And her family described to me, I said I was going to go down and try to see her. We couldn't get in the room. She was cordoned off. You know, back then, all the COVID people were quarantined. I couldn't even get to see her. And she died. She got MRSA when she was in the hospital. I'm probably lucky I didn't see her, because I can't even imagine what she looked like. She died alone, intubated in a hospital room from fucking COVID because she believed the same bullshit. That, you know, I don't care if these people live or die, but it just pisses me off because it took somebody I love. The worst part of this, is her sister cleaned out her condo after she passed away. And they found her diary from when I think it was 1979. And she was 12 years old. And she wrote in it how Daryl is her boyfriend. And she wrote about how she was going to go ice skating with me that night, because we used to go ice skating at the local prep school, where they're on their indoor ice skating rink every Tuesday. And she said, and in her 12-year-old handwriting, her sister sent me the page out of her diary. 12 years old. Daryl's my boyfriend. I love him so much. And that fucking kills me. You know, now I realize she was my soulmate. Why didn't I marry her? Maybe if I married her, she wouldn't have moved to Florida. Maybe she'd still be alive now. Enjoy every day. Every day is not a gift. Not every day is a gift. Every day is a gift, not a given. Have a good Tuesday.